The RentReady Pro app can be downloaded out of the Google Play Store or Apple Store. This is the app used by vendors of RentReady to manage the schedule, view payouts, and manage availability. Upon logging into the app with your cell phone number, you're going to be brought to the home page that has today's work and upcoming work listed. Each job is going to list out the property name, the address, and the unit number. If it's an upcoming job, it's going to have a service date listed, which is the day the job must be completed. You'll also notice how there is an icon listed next to assign crew. This is to specify the skill set. This is a paint roller, meaning this is a paint job. For the job details, click into the listed job. This will bring you in to see that it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit or whatever size your job is. There's a map that you can use to navigate directions. And then you'll see property information such as hours of operation, gate codes, and parking instructions. When you're within a mile of the property, the app will allow you to clock in. This is very important to do as the property management group as well as RentReady is keeping track of all of the turns. So go ahead when you arrive on site, click Start Work to hold for 2 seconds. It will say please wait for a moment. And then it's going to specify the time that you clocked in. As you can see, started work. Then there's add note and request add-on. When you enter the unit, it's important to do a walkthrough and notate anything you want the property or RentReady to be aware of. For instance, if there's already overspray on the floor or ceilings or any issues, good or bad items that you want us to notate, Add note is the important section to do so. You can write a description and input any photos. Scrolling down, you'll see paint details if it's a paint job or a resurface job. This is going to notate the colors for the unit, whether it's the countertops or if it's a paint job, it lists out every single item with the color. It's also going to state for a standard paint job if RentReady is providing the paint or the community does. If RentReady provides the paint, you must go to the Sherwin-Williams store to pick up the paint prior to going to the property. You'll also see the account details noted in here as well. If the community provides the paint, it'll specify where on the property the paint is located. Each job is also going to have a reminder section. These are items that the property is very sensitive to and wants the pro to pay extra attention to when completing a job. Then work summary is going to list out each job detail, whether it's a standard paint, standard clean, standard punch, and any add-ons the property may have added. You can click on each icon and it's going to give you the scope of work. In the event that extra work needs to be completed on site and it's not listed, you can request an add-on by clicking this green button or going to the top portion of the app. This will prompt you for the specific skill set, all the add-on options, select what is needed. It'll ask you a question. You must enter a description as well as add a photo. By doing this, it's going to send directly to the property for them to review and decide if they would like that work completed. Once you submit it, it's going to show pending back on the work order screen. As you can see, waiting for property approval. Once it does become approved, you'll get notification on your app. It is important to not do the add-on until the property approves it, as these are extra pay items. Next is the key contact section. In case you need to get in touch with the property directly, it will have their property manager or maintenance supervisor listed. The other icon here says reschedule work. This is in the event that you show up to the property and the unit is not ready to be completed. Maybe there's no power, no water, whatever the reasoning may be, you can select it in this list. It'll ask for a description, and then that is going to send to inform RentReady and the property that the job needs to be rescheduled. Upon completing the job, you will go back to the top of the app and you need to clock out. you'll want to click the Finish Work button, which is normally green. It's just that you must be clocked in for a minimum of 5 minutes, but since we're on a test job, this has not been 5 minutes and it's not green. When you hold the Finish Work button, it's going to prompt you to do a virtual quality check. That'll be an immediate pop-up on the app. Now to go back to the home screen, you'll notice at the bottom there's a couple different icons. The crews icon allows you to input any of your crew members' names if you're a company by clicking Create New. You can input their name, the skill sets that they perform, and their phone number. That way, a crew member can download this exact same app, log in with their personal cell phone number, and see work that you assign to them. As you can see on the green button on the home screen, you can assign jobs out to any of your entered crew members. Again, the crew member will only see work assigned to them. They do not see the payouts or the calendar icon. This allows you to manage the jobs, and then you can see when they're in progress and been completed as well. Next is the payouts icon. This is for your reference to keep track of your paychecks. It will always list out the upcoming pay period and your past pay periods indefinitely. It'll show the total paycheck, and it's going to break down each job that you did with the date and any services performed on that specific job. You also have the ability to filter it by crews if you have entered them into the app. The last section is the calendar icon. This is for availability management. RentRedi and the properties view your availability as Monday through Friday standard business hours. If you are unable to take work, it's important that you block yourself from the calendar. So for instance, if you know on October 31st you're unavailable to take any jobs, you can select that day, go to capacity, and say mark unavailable. That'll block you from the calendar so that work does not get sent your way. If you're a company who does multiple skill sets, you will see that skill set listed under skill capacity with your max cap, meaning how many units you normally can do a day. So for instance, if you normally can do 3 cleans a day, but you know on October 31st you could only take 1 clean, you have the ability to reduce that. Otherwise, you can fully block yourself from the calendar. You'll also notice on the calendar there's dots. That means that you have a work order assigned to you. So for instance, October 23rd, if you were going to mark yourself unavailable, it's just letting you know you already have a job assigned to you so that you would be forfeiting that job if you mark yourself off. The last part is going back to the home screen. In the top right corner, you'll see a little person icon. It says 0.00. This is your overall quality score. It'll be a rating from 1 to 5. It's a combination of scoring from doing the virtual quality checks, property feedback, and feedback from RentRedi. This is a way to kind of manage how you're doing. Properties will also see this score when they go into the portal to select a vendor to perform the job. That's the overall gist of the app. RentRedi is happy to answer any questions or concerns that you